I'm Doug Brown. Joel Embiid of the 76ers clears the NBA concussion protocol today, and he got on the floor for shoot-around, but he's listed as doubtful for tonight's Game 3 against the Heat. Here's ESPN's Tim Bontemps.
The thing that's left for Embiid to get taken care of between now and game time is getting cleared to play with that facial fracture on the right side of his face. He's going to have to wear a mask. He's going to have to play through that as he did 4 years ago when he missed 3 weeks with a similar injury.
Heat and Sixers at 7 Eastern on ESPN, followed by Suns and Mavericks. Miami and Phoenix both have 2-0 series leads. After just a few months as team president of the Raiders, Dan Ventrelli is out. Owner Mark Davis says there'll be no further comment about Ventrelli, who'd been with the team for 18 years. Game 3 times 4 tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs. 3 of those series tied at 1. Maple Leafs Lightning, Wild Blues, and Oilers Kings. The new hockey coach at Boston College is former player and assistant coach Greg Brown. He takes over for Jerry York, who retired as college hockey's all-time wins leader.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
James Harden is in purgatory. He hasn't pushed himself to be aggressive. He's not the piece. He's a piece of a championship team.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold.
Okay,
you
I'm
need
talking-
a beanie on your
Dude,
head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. Woo!
Let's go!
Theriot. We're here, glad you're as well. Make it a good one. Yo, bruh. What's up, man?
It's Friday.
You want to fill in the peeps on why you're here a little early today?
We got a playoff game.
A little playoff
Yep,
baseball, huh?
Tuition World Series
We
is
got
happening right now.
well, we got about a $250,000 on the field.
About half
$500,000 on the field.
and then
Dunham Episcopal. All right.
If you add the dugouts, you're pushing a milli.
You mean the facilities themselves?
No, this are kids that aren't in the game.
Just the kids that aren't in the game. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So just all the kids on the team.
Yep.
Got it. Well,
So this is game 2 of the series. Last night you had a amazing performance by Episcopal shortstop / pitcher Luke Hill.
Arizona State commitment. Luke Hill. Yes.
Luke Hill.
Do you think he ends up at Arizona State?
I don't know. I mean, he is definitely a professional prospect, and you know, there's another kid in the city, Caleb Stelly over at Parkview, who's a draft kid for me. Really nice player, and Luke is there as well. I mean, he's top 10 round guy, could sneak up a little higher than that. He took the first pitch of the game and hit it in the lower school parking lot over at Dunham. I mean, the kid can play. He's 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, and then my brother just said, let's just walk the kid.
Why isn't he committed to LSU?
I don't know. Jay asked me about him about a month ago, and so I know he's on their radar, and they've watched him. I think with the transition of the coaching staff and the coaches, He just kind of got a little lost in the shuffle there. You hope it's not a David DeLucci type situation where he goes to another school and turns into being a wonderful major league player, and then you're going, why wasn't he wearing our uniform? But
a lot of people asked that about Luch, and he's told the story he didn't get recruited.
Mm-hmm.
LSU didn't recruit him. I mean, that's why he went to Ole Miss, became all SEC, played 12, 13 big league seasons. I mean, wasn't recruited. Would have given his arm to play for Skip.
100%, yeah. But I mean, look, I could see Hill getting drafted pretty early this year. I know he's on a lot of guys' radars. So but game 2 though. So look, it's best 2 out of 3.
Got to win.
Rally.
Lose today, season's over.
Yeah, I mean, this is back against the wall stuff right now. And so I got to get there. I gotta get my mind right.
Got to have it.
And pull for the boys.
All right, got to have it. Tomorrow we'll be at Don Juan Cigar Bar. T-Bob and I. They just can't keep us apart.
I was going to say, you've been doing a lot of stuff with T.
It's weird.
Do you like him? Are y'all driving better? I know you like him.
I mean, we don't ever hang out, really, ever. He's never been to my house. I've never been to his house. We've never gone out to eat or anything like that. But we did pregame together for a lot of years. And that dynamic seemed to work on air. I've kind of compared it to the Tommy Boy dynamic. Chris Farley, David Spade. He's the big, loud oaf, and I'm kind of the sarcastic, whatever, smart ass. So that dynamic works. I'm not saying we're them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so Guarantee started a podcast network. They were looking for content ideas. I was like, well, T-Bob and I could do a podcast. So we started doing Scone and Tea, and then the people at Oliver Twist loved it, and they wanted to have us there live, so we do the podcast live there on Wednesdays. And then, of course, T-Bob jumped in late, last minute, last football season to do Whiskey and Wine postgame, so Don Juan loves the dynamic.
I like that. I like the Whiskey and Wine.
They just keep putting us together.
Because he gets hammered on that thing and says all kind of stuff. So that's a good watch.
I say all kind of stuff, but I don't need to be hammered.
You do too. Yeah. But no, it's good. I like the Whiskey and Wine thing. I haven't heard the Scone and Tea deal. I need to check that out.
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow at Don Juan. Doors at 2. It's a Kentucky Derby party. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Derby will be on, all that stuff, but it's mostly just a party. Dress up. There'll be best dressed male, best dressed female. You get gift baskets, all kind of stuff. Drink specials, mint juleps, 1800 Reposado blackberry mint margaritas, all kind of good stuff. So come hang out with us. And T-Bob and I will be doing a live stream show. We're not talking about horse racing because neither of us know anything about it, but we will be doing a live stream show tomorrow afternoon as well.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, I love going to Don Juan. It's an awesome place. I mean, I'll smoke a cigar and have a cocktail and
hang out with T.
I probably won't talk to him much until we have to talk to each other on the show.
Yeah, so during breaks, y'all don't talk?
Well, there's no breaks. It's a live stream.
Oh, it's a live. That's right. So before and after, you show up, you do your stuff, then you leave.
Yeah. Or I'll talk to if people come, if you're a listener or watcher, you come. Great, we'll hang out with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
cool. Did you go to Garth Brooks?
I went to Garth Brooks.
What'd you think?
I had so many. I felt bad too because I kept giving you spoilers. Because I looked up the set list from the week before and he followed it almost song by song. And so I kept texting. I was like, I bet he plays Call 'em Baton Rouge next.
You were right.
And I was right.
So I went with the whole fam. It was
Yeah.
great experience. Which has it seemed like a lot of people. It was weird though. Where I was sitting, I didn't know anybody who was sitting around me. It was very strange. When I go to football games, I know a lot of people. Anyway. And wonderful experience, but something happened both before and after that really got on my nerves, and I'd like to share that with and during, because I'm going to switch gears middle of this thing on you guys.
Okay, well, wow.
Yeah, so I got my letter here. Kind of gone after these people before. I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
Dear City of Baton Rouge Traffic Engineering Division.
Okay.
So I looked this up, figure out
who you needed to point the finger at.
Who's in charge of this?
Got it.
So there's a division, City of Baton Rouge Traffic Engineering Division. If you work for them, you can kick rocks. You stink at your job.
Well, this isn't kick rocks.
Kick
this is a
rock.
letter.
But they can still kick rocks.
Okay.
They stink at their job.
Got it.
It's a well-known fact that the traffic grid laid out here in Baton Rouge wasn't designed with any type of long-term growth in mind.
That's true. Absolutely.
Whoever planned this city out years ago should be slapped in the damn face for the piss-poor job he or she did in forecasting the major corridor's needs. You just get that out there.
Yeah.
Slapped in the right in the face.
Whoever you are.
Yep. I don't know. Probably not around any longer.
No. Like the bridge, the Horace Wilkinson Bridge. That was built, like, we still call it the New Bridge. It's 50 years old.
Right.
The New Bridge. I think it's actually 60 years old now.
It's old.
Yes.
The New Bridge.
The New Bridge.
We live in the state capital, for crying out loud, Matt.
Yeah.
Of course, there will be growth at some point. You have the largest in-state school here. You got a giant-ass river that runs right over there.
Yeah.
Called the Mississippi.
Yeah, it's tough.
There will always be rooftops because of the job opportunities at plants. The city's gonna grow. It doesn't take a genius to forecast that growth or the potential growth for this city. Yet time and time again, you clowns at the traffic engineering department, whatever it is, throw gas on the fire rather than water. The total mismanagement was on full display this past weekend, both before and after the Garth Brooks concert. I exited Essen Lane at 4 o'clock. We had a soccer tournament, Jackson, Mississippi. Looked at Waze. Gonna head to the house. I live near LSU. Shower, get dressed, throw my cowboy boots and my hat, get the kids ready, shoot on over to the stadium, be there for 5:30 max. Matt, I exited Essen at 4 o'clock. It took me an hour and a half to get to my house.
Ooh. How long does that drive normally take you?
15 minutes tops.
Got it.
Now, getting to the concert from my house wasn't a big deal. So shout out to you guys on that. But the fact that you guys didn't lay out a plan outside of LSU means that you're not good at your job. The contraflow setup leaving was similar to leaving after an LSU game. And when I say similar, Matt, it was stupid. Just like it's stupid when you leave an LSU game. I understand the reason for contraflow, but if you're sitting at a standstill, don't you think there's a problem somewhere along the line? It's called contraflow. You have multiple lanes going in one direction.
Everybody go.
In multiple streets going in one direction. Contraflow. Everybody's going out. Why are we sitting there?
Don't know. It should be moving. Even if it was moving slowly, it should be moving.
It should be moving.
Should be moving.
I believe the issue starts with communication.
Yeah.
I hate when people point out problems, but they don't give a solution. So I don't know that this is the solution, but I think communication could help this. Yes, there's a map of blocked roads available. You have to scour the internet to find it, but it is available. You can see which roads are going to be blocked. Okay? But what good is that if you don't know what time they're going to be blocked? Right? Like, when do I have to leave the game early so I can get home without sitting in traffic? Can I?
The plan would be just assume that the road is going to be blocked when you leave the game.
But you know what assuming does.
I mean, but not in this instance. Like, that's a very natural assumption that you would just
But
know that road is going to be closed after the game.
But it's not, though. Well, it would close after the game. But, like, at what time? Like, can I leave in the third quarter and not have to deal with it? That's not available. That doesn't happen. Unless you live on campus, you're at the mercy of the police officer who's listening to God knows who on the other end of a walkie-talkie, telling him to either block the road or let people pass. Knowing what time the roads will be closed and for how long, might I add, is probably the most important thing to know. Good luck finding that anywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
How about y'all step into the 21st century, the internet age? There has to be an app we can use that shows all these things. Clean it up, people. Kick rocks. You guys are clowns. I'm switching gears.
Okay. A little late, but let's do it.
Staying on the topic of Garth Brooks, this will be quick.
Okay.
I chose to sit as close as possible with my family for the concert, Matt. I didn't want to be in a suite or in the stadium club because similar to football games, I like being in the action. I want to be close, okay? The concert was amazing. Garth played his tail off. He had swamp ass. After the second song, the sweat was dripping off his newly dyed black hair. Every time he took off his hat, it looked like a Just for Men's commercial. Shout out to Garth.
I kept telling Erica he dyed his hair. And she, you know what her response to me is? At least he's got hair. Like, look, that's not my fault. You can't crack on me for not having hair. That's just genetics. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, you could be like Gordy and go get some get
some plugs.
Yeah.
But my point is, like,
that's not your fault.
It's not an insult that's valid. You want to make fun of me for being a fat guy? Well, it's choices I make.
That's could be genetic too, though.
Well, it's part of it, but I mean, I could eat cleaner and work out more and take care of that to a degree. Maybe.
Boy, did the LSU concession stand drop the ball. I don't know about you up in the suite. Y'all were probably good.
We were good.
But us common folk down,
we were
down
good.
the bottom, to get a beer, you had to stand in line for upwards of 30 minutes.
No, I just went into the fridge and grabbed one.
The jambalaya I ate was absolutely disgusting.
No, we didn't have jambalaya. We had some really good stuff up there.
The 2 small cups of Dippin' Dots that I bought for the kids cost me $30.
No, we had brownies and stuff
30.
like that. We had brownies and a cookie tray and all kind of stuff, yeah.
To make matters worse,
it was all free too.
Most of the concession stand set up ran out of beer and water halfway through the show.
Oh.
No beer, no water.
That's bad news.
It's a giant fail on the part of Tiger Stadium's event staff. Not sure how much money was lost because y'all weren't prepared, but it must have been a ton. Please be better. Sincerely, Ryan.
In fairness, I'm not used to having 100,000 people in the stadium anymore. It's been a long time, right?
And
I'm not taking a shot. Like that's true. Like
you can't run out of beer. You need to have the guys walking up down the aisles going, Kobe, Kobe,
Kobe.
Yep. That's what you got to do.
Kobe. Like that. You got to go,
Kobe.
You can't actually say the word like cold beer here.
Mm-mm.
No, if you want a tip, it's got to be Kobe.
Yep.
Like that.
And the guys at Wrigley would go, Kobe, peanuts. Try that one.
You know what they would do? No. You know what they would do?
Do the peanuts. Do the peanuts.
What do I have to say?
Kobe, peanuts.
All right, do it again.
Kobe,
peanuts. No, you know what they sold at Rosenblatt the year that you and said won it in 2000? Honeycorn.
What?
Honeycorn pie. There was a honeycorn vendor.
What is honeycorn?
And we would what you just did, me, my brother, like we would imitate for years. Honeycorn, popcorn.
No.
I swear to God.
With that accent?
You think I just made that up? You think I just made that up?
What is honeycorn?
I didn't eat it.
You didn't get it?
No, why would I get honeycorn?
I mean, obviously that's their thing. Like if you go to Milwaukee or San Fran, you're getting the garlic fries because that's what they
right.
Like maybe honeycorn
Those
is their
actually
thing.
Smell and taste really good. This was honeycorn. We're so late. AFR is brought to you by GMFS Mortgage at GMFSmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans, they do it all at GMFS Mortgage. GMFSmortgage.com. Don't wait for another rate hike. Lock in your rate right now. Springtime is when people start moving. If that's you, if you're looking to buy a home, get pre-qualified right now at GMFS Mortgage. GMFS Mortgage. Changing lives.
AFR.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns in stock with 0% for 72 months. Shop our inventory or custom order your Ram with $2,000 bonus cash and a 1,000,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
All the time.
Dude, hey, you got they got the golden arches. We got the golden arches.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
I'm glad to have you rolling along with us here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Theriot's here in hour number one, and we're actually really thrilled to have a couple of special guests in studio with us. Of course, one of Ryan's former teammates, Cedric Harris, 2000 national champion. Cedric Harris in studio with us, as is Arturo McDowell. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in. It's great to see you both. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
We appreciate the invite.
No, absolutely. I know y'all are here for a really special reason. You're in Baton Rouge for a really special reason. Ryan, if you want to, man, why don't you go ahead and just sort of wrap this all together and bring it all together?
Yeah. So the Be Like CJ Foundation was created. I want to say a year and a half.
Yes, sir.
About a year and a half ago. CJ passed, Cedric's son, and so this has just been an unbelievable push. Of just some wonderful people stepping up and honoring his memory. And I know obviously us here in Baton Rouge near and dear to our heart because of our relationships, but it's truly taken a village to create this. Arturo's here, but there's so many people behind the scenes. Cedric and the team have been all over the country. I'm hosting events, speaking to schools. They've been here in Baton Rouge at the St. Jude School, matter of fact, speaking to students. And I'm going to let Cedric talk kind of to the point that he likes to make when he talks, but also youth baseball tournaments that have been sponsored, or actually all the money has been donated to the Be Like CJ Foundation. They've had the walk like we're doing today, fundraising events, and so it's just been a groundswell of a ton of support, and we're fired up to be a part of it.
Right. So just to kind of piggyback off that, I want to give a quick shout out to all the kids at St. Jude, the Apostle, Erica Moscona, Mandy Cushing. They did a wonderful job in raising funds and getting the students and faculty involved in activities to help raise money for our race. So we want to give them a quick shout out as well as the Baton Rouge community. We've had tons of donations, whether it be service or finances, to help push the cause of the foundation. Obviously, when we started the foundation, we started it. Our mission is to we want to inspire children and families nationwide by providing service programs to unite people of different backgrounds. So we're using sports programs of all kinds, both female and male, to help bring people together and to share and spread the message of what CJ was about. He was big time into sports, but he was also even bigger in treating people well and showing respect to his elders and different things like that. And we want to make sure, especially at this time and age, that we're spreading the word of teaching kids that it is cool to be respectful and things like that.
Well said. Yeah.
Well, we have the first annual Be Like CJ race tomorrow. The Ultimate Teammate, LSU campus, Old Front 9, South Quad Drive. The race starts at 9. The race walk is a 1.6 mile and a scenic route through LSU campus. You get an opportunity to see Mike the Tiger, Assembly Center, and Tiger Stadium, to name a few. The Old Front 9, welcoming everybody to come out, and can't wait to see you.
Yeah. And listen, it's going to be an awesome deal. Just backing up a little bit, because I want to be sure that all the listeners understand kind of exactly why we're doing this. So I do want, Cedric, if you can, to go into detail about CJ just a little bit, because, you know, I knowing him, you know, he was a highly recruited, highly touted athlete, okay? And we talk a lot of sports on this show. If there was a 5-star that you would want at your school, it was CJ Harris. And that is a fact. You know, LSU was on him. Every school was on him. Arkansas, you name it, for both baseball as well as football. So when you talk about this story and how it hits home for not only me with a child that plays high school sports, but all those listening that have children that aspire to play at the next level, he was the epitome of what you would want your child to be.
Right. Appreciate that, Ryan. That means a lot. One of the things that he was most proud of, and us as parents were, equally as proud, if not more, was that he was the ultimate teammate. So when you hear us speak of the ultimate teammate, what we're trying to do is to, I guess, acknowledge the character traits that CJ had that made him to be the ultimate teammate. He's a very unselfish kid. He was recruited by multiple schools, high-level schools for multiple sports. But he also, he showed respect for his elders, his teachers, faculty at school, his coaches, assistant coaches, whoever it was, he was showing respect. So we want to make sure that we're, putting programs together that highlight the things that were the most important to him and that describe him as a person also. So CJ's very, very special athletically, but more importantly as a person, because nowadays, we live in a time where there's a lot of entitlement. And, we want to make sure that we're letting kids know that it's cool. You can be the best athlete, but we want to make sure we're carrying those character traits that CJ had. So that's what our movement of Be Like CJ is all about.
Cedric Harris is in studio with us, former Tiger greats. I think it's worth mentioning, obviously, as well. I know we've said it before, but Cedric's wife is also former Tiger great, Marie Ferdinand.
Oh, she's a real baller now. Don't get it twisted for 1 minute.
You got two Tiger legends that'll be here on campus tomorrow for the event. I think the CJ story, when we talked about it, I know it's been more than a year now, but I think it touched everyone, because I think anyone who's a parent can in some way empathize, right? Cedric, I'm always curious to see when people do meet some type of tragedy, how they respond. Right. You and Marie and your family have chosen to turn the worst moment of your life into a positive to affect other people.
Right.
This is maybe kind of an obvious question, but has that helped you as a parent grieve?
Yes. Yeah, most definitely it's helped us. What it's allowed us to do is to stay busy, in a sense, carrying CJ's legacy and memory along like he's here. It's helped us, in terms of spreading who he was and the message of the things that he was about. It's definitely helped us. We made it a point right away, because one of the things he used to always tell me, he just said, "Dad, I want people to remember my name." So we made it a point to right away to really dig down deep and to, obviously having strong faith helps more than anything. But along with our faith, just getting busy in terms of trying to help other families and also pushing CJ's message so that we could reach people. But that's definitely helped us to grieve as a family.
Tomorrow is a free event, 9 a.m. So it's a race, but it's not
I'm winning. I'm going to win the race.
So you probably will. You'll come out there with tights on and everything ready to roll.
I'm ready.
So if people do come out tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Saturday at the old front 9 on the LSU campus, it's a 1.6-mile race, walk, route. What's tomorrow going to be like for people when they come out? What can they expect?
Right. It'll be like a LSU football Tiger tailgate or baseball tailgate. There are going to be fun games, prizes, giveaways, celebrity guests. We'll have a photo booth, and we'll have some good food. So it'll be more like a tailgate party more than anything.
Whole family.
Hot Rods Creole. Hot Rods Creole is there tomorrow.
Hot Rods Creole. So there will be free food.
Yep.
Yes.
I see face painting.
Yes.
You mentioned the 360 photo booth. So this is going to be fun for the whole family. So is 9 o'clock when the race starts, or is that when people are going to start to gather?
Right. So 9 o'clock is when the race starts. So
Okay.
we're asking people to come register, around 8 o'clock so that we can get those things taken care of ahead of time, and that way when the race starts, we can get the race and we can get on to the party. So.
And you can register online as well. And again, there's no charge,
No
right?
charge.
But just to have kind of an idea of head count, so you can go to belikecj.com, belikecj.com. Right there on the homepage, you'll see where you can register. If you go to the whole homepage and just scroll down, you'll be able to see the event information right there where you can hit register today to find that. So belikecj.com. Listen, I'd also think, of course, any event, even if it's a free event, can still serve to raise awareness and also as a fundraiser. So I would imagine that's part of this as well. So people do want to donate to the foundation. What's the best way to do that?
The best way to do it is by visiting the website. We have a link at belikecj.com, and you can, we have different levels of donations, but we gladly and appreciatively accept any donations that you give. But we can donate there, or we'll have a spot at the race where you can donate as well.
And when people donate, and you mentioned, of course, a lot of the outreach that you all have done at different schools, and you're very kind of mentioned that about St. Jude, which is where my wife works, and you all came and your whole family came and presented to the student body there, and there's so much, heard so many positive things about that. For people that do choose to donate, what other outreach are the funds used for?
Right. So what we do is we travel. We speak to families who have lost children as well. Visit nursing homes. We're providing meals for those who are less fortunate. Teachers also, we do different things for teachers throughout the course of the year to show appreciation to them, and other various community acts.
School supplies. Paying dues for sporting events.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So all encompassing.
Yes, all encompassing.
Fantastic. You still get to watch any baseball?
Plenty.
Yeah? You watching these Tigers?
Watching them.
What do you think, man?
We'll get it going.
Yeah?
Think so. I think by the time, when it's time to where we have to win, I think we'll turn it on and get it going. We just have to clean up some of the things that have plagued us early in the season, and to continue to do the things that we have done well, early on, which is hitting the ball and things like that. But, I think once it clicks, it's all about it clicking at the right time. So I think, we still have an opportunity to do that.
You got a pretty good dude roaming center field right now as well.
Yeah.
Dylan Cruz, I think, is he's doing your legacy out there in center proud.
Right. He's doing a little bit more than I did, but yeah, he's definitely fun to watch. He's the guy in the country right now that if you want to watch, if you want to see anybody as close as you can get to Mike Trout.
I'm gonna switch gears on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shock you right now.
Okay.
Let's talk a little women's basketball.
Okay.
We all know Kim Mulkey. Kim Mulkey is she's getting it going right now. She's getting it started, and the LSU women's basketball team is on the run, and they're getting some big recruits. And I'm making a pitch right now to somebody sitting at this table that's got a child that's a 5-star, highly recruited, best players in the country to come and put on the purple and gold and play women's basketball for Kim Mulkey. I'm putting that out there in the universe, and I'm just hoping that it can come back and get them to Baton Rouge. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's right.
Okay.
No comment.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
Guys, it's a pleasure to have y'all in here. Artur, nice to meet you. Cedric, it's always great to see you, man.
Pleasure, man.
We appreciate y'all. Tomorrow morning, the registration will begin at 8 a.m. The walk/run will begin at 9 a.m. on the old front 9. I see you got walk-ons and Game Coin are your sponsors there, your headline sponsors. So thanks to all the sponsors who have been involved in the event, and what an awesome way to honor CJ and support an amazing family, and on this Mother's Day weekend, get out and have a fun family event out there on LSU's campus tomorrow. Registration again at 8, and the walk/race will begin at 9 a.m. BeLikeCJ.com, BeLikeCJ.com for all the details. Gentlemen, thanks. Appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having us. Thank you, Baton Rouge.
All right, guys, we'll continue. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
I want to take 60 seconds to remind you about Insurance Network of Louisiana. I tell you every single day, better coverage for less money. We all have to have insurance. Unfortunately, too many of us overpaying, underinsured. That's typically what happens if you're not sure what type of insurance coverage you have. 293-0450, 293-0450. So many of us, we set the auto draft on our account, and it gets drafted every month, but we have no idea if we have good coverage. That's where Insurance Network of Louisiana steps in. They're like the agent that goes and shops to get you the best deal, and it's totally free to have them shop. 293-0450. Call them right now. They're there for another hour. 293-0450, 293-0450, or online at lainsurance.net. You don't ever have to walk in the office if you don't want to. Everything can be done over the phone or electronically via email or even text. 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Better coverage for less money. That's Insurance Network of Louisiana.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment.
Good to meet you, Ace.
This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Y'all need something, man, ever just holler.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Diamond. Talk to me now. Cruising down the street.
Real slow. What the fellas be yelling?
Morale. Talk to me now. Cruising down the street.
Real slow. What the fellas be yelling?
Morale.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, rolling along, man. Really good to have Cedric Harris in studio with us for a bit. Be Like CJ Foundation. Anytime we ever have the opportunity to support anything they're doing, we're going to do, obviously. Ced's a great friend of yours. I and many people remember watching him play at LSU, and certainly Marie Ferdinand as well. Just a phenomenal family, and how can you not wrap your arms around them with the good they're doing amid the tragic loss of their amazing child. So, and the other thing too, we didn't mention, but they live in Arkansas.
Right.
So they're, even though that's their home, they continue to make Baton Rouge and parts of this state a focal point of their outreach efforts because of both of their ties here as well. So that's a very cool, like they drove on Mother's Day weekend.
Yep.
Like Marie is spending Mother's Day weekend here for this event, which is pretty awesome.
No, the morning before the accident, which was an ATV accident, those of you that don't know the story, but an ATV-UTV accident, the morning before, I was actually on the phone with Cedric because LSU, had offered him, and we were talking about, hey man, he says we're going to move back to Baton Rouge, before he goes to LSU. We want to be a part of the community in Baton Rouge and kind of get back in.
Wow.
And I didn't get to mention this earlier too, because Ace was sitting in here, Cedric's youngest son, and shout out to Ace too. He doesn't understand this now probably, but he's the best little brother in the world for being a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you see Cedric and Marie, you see Ace. He's right there with him. He's supporting his big brother, which I'm sure was his hero. So if you guys can get out there tomorrow. If you can't, go to belikecj.com. Donate now, $5, whatever you can do. It's going to a wonderful cause. I promise you, I'm part of it.
You did mention, so Arturo is here as well, and I didn't know this, but you mentioned talking women's basketball, about a 5-star, like apparently, so his daughter is a 5-star
best players
recruit
in the country. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Out of Dallas. And so
Okay.
I've been on him. I mean, I'm a big women's basketball guy.
I know you are.
You know that. And so Jonna, she's my wife Jonna, she's on the whatever coaches thing that they do that you pay all the money to get a basketball and a t-shirt thing, like donation stuff, whatever. So like we are in on women's basketball. So I'm recruiting. I'm out there helping Kim, you know what I mean? Just behind the scenes recruiting. NBD.
Kim did get a transfer signee from the #1 transfer in the country from Maryland. I was actually I want to make this the poll question today. Which coach do you think wins a national championship first? Kim Mulkey, Jay Johnson, Brian Kelly, Matt McMahon. I mean, all 4 have turned over in a span of about 16 months.
Mm-hmm.
Which do you think wins a national championship first? I want to make that the Citizens Bank poll question of the day.
I think it's either Jay Johnson or Kim. I think in men's basketball it's too hard. There's still a few recruiting classes. Although I take that back. I mean, with NIL, shoot. Somebody wins the lottery and wants to go get some players, they can just go get them. So I don't know.
Give me an answer.
I think baseball's closest.
Normally, I would agree with you, but in women's basketball, there are fewer teams that consistently compete at the top of women's basketball, right?
Yeah, you got 4 or 5, 6. Yeah.
Kim has been to the mountaintop, and she's building a roster capable of doing it. She's going to win it first. Kim's going to be the first of this group to win a national championship. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not trying to heap expectation, but I would not be surprised if she is in the Final Four this coming season. And if you're in the Final Four, you have a chance to win it. I'm not saying they will.
Yeah.
And she's got to finish building this roster. I'm not trying to put undue expectation. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything there is to know about Angel Reese. But if she's the #1 transfer in the country coming in from Maryland, and she basically I read her quote, she picked LSU because of Kim Mulkey. She's like, I want to go where I know they're going to develop me, and Kim Mulkey's been in the mountaintop, and she's done it before, and I know she can do it. And Like, this young lady isn't going to be the last, certainly. Like, Kim's going to be the first to win it. And I think Jay Johnson and Brian Kelly will both be pushing. I think realistically, Brian Kelly is going to take at least 3 years to rebuild this roster, to be back to a point where it's ready to compete with Bama and Georgia and all. Baseball, it can happen. You get the right pitchers next year.
Yep.
Like, you're going to hit next year. You'll have Dylan Cruz back. You'll have Pearson and Stevenson. You'll have Trey Morgan. I mean, most of your roster is going to be intact. They've got a monster recruiting class. We'll see how many of those guys show up on campus, but you get the right dudes on the bump. Like, they could win. LSU Baseball could win the national championship next year if they figure out their rotation. It would not surprise me. So the answer may be baseball. Like, you may be right with that. But if I had to bet money, like which is first, I would bet Kim. I would bet women's basketball.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's incredible what she's done. All right, it's after further review. Went a little long, so
that's good.
We got to do Kick Rocks, but I mean, we also got to do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour, kind of up against the clock.
Okay. Let me go quick.
Real quick. All right, so you said baseball. I said women's basketball.
Yeah.
Muse, of the 4 new coaches, who's the first to win a national championship?
I think it's Kim.
Kim? Paul, do you want to take a stab?
I think it's Kim as well.
Okay, so we're all there. And by the way, I would have Jay Johnson second.
Yeah.
And it would be close because I think football is similar to women's basketball in that the number of programs that are even capable of winning a championship are it's a very short list. And LSU will be on that list again, but getting into the playoff and winning it, I mean, I guess it's similar with Omaha, but we saw Jay take Arizona to the championship series back in 2016, which, if I'm not mistaken, was his first year at Arizona. Yeah, when they lost to Coastal. When Coastal came here.
Yeah.
That was Jay's first year at Arizona. So, baseball's weird. Just get in the tournament. Just get in.
Well, and Cedric said it. It's all about who's hot at the end, for sure.
All right, it's after further review. Let's knock out our final break here of hour number 1. Theriot's in studio with us early because Houston Theriot, the Dunham Tigers, are taking on Episcopal in a LHSA playoff series. So Ryan's got to bounce here in a little bit. So let's knock out our final break of hour number 1. We'll come back. We'll do Ask Ryan. Got anything you want to ask Theriot about anything, fire away. We'll do Ask Ryan next on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pluckers Nicholson, just south of campus. Bluebonnet right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. 24 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice-cold draft beer, full-service bar, sports on TV. Great night to get by Pluckers. You got 2 NBA playoff games tonight. And you've got LSU baseball at Alabama. And you got Major League Baseball. And you got hockey, playoff hockey, for those that want to watch playoff hockey. You know where you can watch all of it in one place?
Pluckers.
Yeah, you can. You know what else you can do there?
Drink beers.
You can. And you can eat award-winning jumbo chicken wings. If you go to the Bluebonnet location, they have a TV wall. It's 13 foot by 8 foot.
Shut up.
Serious. It's crazy.
It's crazy talk.
It is crazy talk.
It's like a movie theater.
It kind of is,
at
actually.
They've got a movie theater.
They have a movie theater at Pluckers. Nicholson, just south of campus. Bluebonnet right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. Pluckers, if you don't like our wings. We'll give you the bird.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Ford has 0% for 60 months on new Ford F-150s, plus $500 bonus cash. We have new 2022 F-150s on our lot now. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right.
Still objects, brothers talking trash, cause it's all about a dollar. Y'all holla, y'all holla, y'all holla. Hey, 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 hey.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Oh, what's going on over at Bowie Outfitters?
Well, now's the time to get in there. Fishing is popping right now. The weather's starting to heat up. Fish are starting to bite.
They're biting.
Yeah, go check them out at Bowie Outfitters. I got everything you need. All of your fishing needs, rods, reels, bait, you name it, as always. The sunglass selection is great in there. That's where I do my sunglass shopping, is over at Bowie's. But it's not just the fishing stuff. Obviously, camouflage, hunting, guns, you name it. The archery range, they got it at Bowie Outfitters. Go check them out at BowieOutfitters.com. Or just pop in and ask for Lee. He'll hook you up.
Ask Ryan, from Jason Bourgeois, better pro career, Cruz or Barry?
Cruz.
Ask Ryan if a World Series hangover is a real thing because my Braves aren't looking too good.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it takes the guys that won the World Series a month or two to get back going again. You got to remember, they played an extra month longer than everybody else. So, yeah, that's a real thing.
Dion Santiago said, ask Ryan, who's the biggest surprise this season on the baseball team, Todd Peterson?
Probably Braden Jobert.
Todd Peterson.
Jobert would be a surprise. Stevenson's a bit of a surprise. I mean, we heard a lot about Pearson, but Stevenson's been a bit of a surprise. The Gervais kid is a surprise for me as well.
How about Mikhail Hilliard?
No, I mean, he pitched well last year too, though.
But
I mean,
he hasn't been a starter, Ryan, since he was a freshman.
Oh, he's a dude.
And now he's your Friday night. Like, where would this team be right now if he hadn't emerged into this role? I don't know.
Yeah, he's done great. Shout out.
For real. Chris Burke, are the Cardinals winning the World Series this year?
The St. Louis Cardinals? No, I don't think so.
Connor O'Neill, is it acceptable to use athletic shorts that have lining as a bathing suit?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes, it
That's
is.
an interesting topic. You think so?
Yeah, I do that often, actually. That is acceptable.
By mistake?
No.
Or you could just wear a bathing suit.
Or you could wear a bathing suit. Or you could just buy the shorts with the liner and wear them as shorts and a bathing suit.
Ask Ryan, do you plan on giving NIL to the top women's recruit at Parkway?
Absolutely. Give her an NIL right now. We have some NIL stuff with some women's basketball. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
By we, you mean HUDCO?
Yeah, HUDCO.
HUDCO Roofing.
The Hometown Heroes program. If you don't know about it, go check it out at HUDCOroofing.com. Get your NIL game on.
Essentially, every deal we do, every roof we do, any job we do, we'll take a portion of the net committed to an NIL deal with an athlete of the homeowner's choosing, no matter the sport, no matter the school.
Who asked that question?
Reed.
Reed, if you want to give an NIL deal to the girl at Parkway, you can.
Just let us do your roof.
Anybody listening can participate in NIL if you do business with HUDCO Roofing. Real simple.
Randall Offrecht. Ask Ryan, could LSU take 2 or 3 from Tennessee?
Yeah, it's baseball. Anything could happen. But Tennessee's really good. Good baseball team.
Coach is an a-hole.
Yeah, he's got a little edge to him. There's no doubt about that.
Edge is fine. Edge I don't mind. I like Baker Mayfield planting the Oklahoma flag in the midfield at Ohio State and grabbing his crotch. Edge is fine. Being an a-hole is not.
I thought he was going to get beat up by Tim Hudson last week.
Hour 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Michel Weighing and Measurement, Michel.com, Michel.com. 29 different locations across 11 different states, 6 calibration labs in Louisiana alone. You know why it's so important to make sure that you use a local company? Efficiency. It's about time. If, let's say, hypothetically, you have devices that needed to be calibrated, you could pack them up and ship them to a calibration lab somewhere across the country. But right now, turnaround time, in some cases, has been 8 to 10 weeks. How can you go 8 to 10 weeks without the equipment essential to run your business?
Can't. You go out of business.
At Michel, give them a call. They'll swing by the office, pick up your equipment, bring it to their calibration labs, calibrate it, bring it back to you. I mean, 7-10 days max. Michel Weighing and Measurement. Find all of the different industries that they serve. ISO 17025 accreditation available. Michel.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hunt and Hill, The Early Line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Ford has 0% for 60 months on new Ford F-150s, plus $500 bonus cash. We have new 2022 F-150s on our lot now. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. 2 NBA playoff games on ESPN tonight, starting at 7 Eastern with the Heat and the 76ers. Philadelphia center Joel Embiid clears concussion protocol, but is still doubtful for tonight's game. Sixers guard Tyrese Maxey.
We're just preparing to win the game. And, hopefully he plays. He plays great. He doesn't play. And we just preparing as another game. A game that we have to win.
That's because the Heat lead the series 2-0. The Suns also lead the Mavericks 2-0. They'll play Game 3 tonight in Dallas. Celtics guard Marcus Smart will be listed as probable for tomorrow's Game 3 against the Bucks. He missed Game 2 with a bruised right quad. Dan Ventrelli is out as team president of the Raiders. No further comment from the team about Ventrelli's departure. He was on the job less than a year after taking over as an interim last July. UFC lightweight champ Charles Oliveira is stripped of his title after missing weight today for UFC 274. Oliveira will still fight Justin Gaethje tomorrow.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
James Harden is in purgatory. He hasn't pushed himself to be aggressive. He's not the piece. He's a piece of a championship team.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
Let's ride.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, where we will be tomorrow from 3 until 6 p.m. for Kentucky Derby Party. Come join us. I'm Matt. I am sweating. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. We're here. Glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Yo, Brett.
Yo, Brett.
Theriot's going to get out of here in about 15 minutes. Dunham and Episcopal tonight. Little high school baseball. Young Houston Theriot participating. Season's on the line.
It's back against the wall game right here.
You nervous?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to talk about LSU Bama in just a second. Did you see the story? There was a Michigan woman who's been charged with second-degree child abuse. Law enforcement officials said that her child took a package of THC-laced gummies to school and shared them with the kindergarten class. Melinda Gattaca faces up to 10 years in prison. By the way, it's legal. Recreational marijuana is legal in Michigan. But she had made these gummies laced with THC and put them in a Lifesavers gummies package and put them in the fridge where her son could reach of a 6-year-old. So all the kids are fine. They're all fine.
Yeah.
They're all okay.
They're good.
They went to the hospital because they were lethargic and nauseous and all this sort of stuff. So they're worried, but then they realize what happened. So they're good. The kids are fine. They're fine. Muso, you got to go bail your woman out of jail, by the way.
I don't know her.
Never even been to Michigan.
Let's do Kick Rocks. Yeah, let's do it. Kick Rocks.
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at?
Got him.
Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Major League umpire Dan Bellino can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Oh, is that the one that was holding hands with Mad Bum?
Yep. So after each inning, the Major League pitchers have to walk off the field. An umpire looks underneath their hat. He inspects their hands for any foreign substances, and then he lets them walk in the dugout. That's protocol in the big leagues right now.
You saw him like fondling his hands.
Stupid.
Look at him like looking into his eyes. He's like, look at him. Look at the umpire.
So this guy, Dan Bellino, is just baiting him. He's baiting him, begging him to say something. And when Bumgarner finally has enough.
Like, why are you still holding my hand? What are you doing here?
He obviously is at this point is pissed, and he's going to say something. And he loses his cool, and Dan Bellino throws him out of the game because that's what Dan Bellino wanted to do, and that's what happened. And there's going to be no repercussions for Dan Bellino because nobody does anything to these brutal umpires, and they can all kick rocks.
I've been telling you for years. What have I been telling you for years?
Robo-umps.
Robo-umps. You know what you don't have to deal with in that situation?
Egos? Do robo-umps have egos?
Look at your boy just staring at him like... that is an inordinate amount of time to be holding another man's hand for no reason. Like,
oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's so
bad. Okay.
All
right.
Ladybugs can kick rocks.
No.
Kick rocks.
Wow. How about that one?
Something's happening right now, and I know they come out every year.
Spring, brother. Spring.
Dude, there's more.
They're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Spring is spread.
They're all around my house. I don't know if they're attracted to the color of my house or whatever it is, but they are everywhere. They're sticky. They get all over your car. I don't know what purpose they serve. If anybody knows what purpose the ladybug serves, I would love to know that. It's a bad thing to have, an insect that serves zero purpose. They can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
And this is another ladybugs are brutal.
Remember the movie Ladybugs?
The soccer
boy
movie?
that played soccer?
Yeah, I remember that. That was good.
That? As a boy, it was like a transgender movie before its time. The boy who dressed up like a girl played soccer.
That's what it was.
Don't tweet me. Don't at me. I'm not interested in any of your political crap. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Don't at me.
Don't
I don't
care. This is another deal for Baton Rouge roads. Okay, so
here we go.
If you're redoing a road, repaving a road, I appreciate that.
Yes, for sure.
I do.
Yeah.
The machine is actually pretty cool that they do it with. It takes no time. It just and then it lays it, and it's pretty dry, like right then. Okay. But when they strip the road, they put this tar stuff down before they do that.
Yep.
And then you leave the tar down for weeks. And then it gets all over my rims.
Everywhere.
And
all
my
over.
paint.
All
and
over.
my vehicle.
Yep.
And then I got ladybug guts all over my
All
vehicle.
over.
And I got tar all over my vehicle because you were too lazy to get through the thing that puts the stuff on the road. Because it's really not hard. Like, I've watched them do it. It takes no time. So tar left on the road. Like, when I see the sign that says wet tar, I get real pissed.
Ooh.
Because I like having a clean vehicle. So that can kick rocks too.
Kick rocks.
Okay. You done?
Yep.
All right, I have one. You and I had lunch today.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had lunch, and I was leaving lunch to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my guilty pleasures, I love ices. The regular Coke icy.
It's good.
I love a Coke icy. I do. I love a Coke icy. Yeah. And every now and again, I'll pull into a gas station and get a Coke icy. But here's the problem.
Okay.
Far too often, the Coke icy or the icy machine is broken. You see the red flashing light, not ready to vend. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because the people who work at the stores are too lazy to go put the mix in there and get it churning and get it working again. It's always a 50-50 proposition. I know it every time I walk into a gas station to get a Coke Icy. It's a 50-50 proposition whether it's going to be working or not. So I left, and that Exxon Circle K on the corner of Perkins and Essen went in there, blinking lights. They can kick rock. So I went down Essen into the racetrack, and I was able to get a Coke Icy there. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out.
But, which meant then I had to get on I-10, and the traffic was brutal. I didn't get here till 2 o'clock. 40 minutes.
Was it worth it? At least you had your icy to drink while you were sitting in traffic.
Not worth it at all. Nope, not at all. I did have the icy to drink while I was in traffic, but not worth it at all. All right, before you go, LSU, Alabama. Give me what you're looking for here.
It's a big series. You know, obviously, the heater that Mikhail Hilliard's on right now, you'd love to see that continue to go. I'm interested to see what happens Saturday with the starter, you know, and what plays there. And then, you know, offensively, we've seen some young stars emerge. And once that mixes with your veteran bats that have done well, I think you're going to see a pretty dangerous team. We have haircut by Jordan Thompson. We got the mustache is gone. Now it's a little bit of a goat going on there. It looks pretty good.
Cleaner.
So he's cleaned it up a little bit. Actually, I did see part of the game last week. Trey Morgan had his back pocket back in.
Good. Yep.
So that's a positive there too. So things are looking up. Probably my biggest question mark will be Saturday this weekend and who's on the bump and how they do.
Yeah. They can definitely take 2 out of 3. Bama's interesting because Bama's lost 7 of 9 in conference play. They're 9-12 in the league. They were swept in the pre-conference by Texas. They did sweep Ole Miss when Ole Miss was top 10.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss is kind of brutal. So you could look at it and you could say, well, I mean, they're 9-12 and they got swept last weekend by South Carolina, which isn't very good. They were swept by Texas. You know, there's not a lot of great there with Bama. They're one of the worst run-producing offenses in the SEC. But the flip side of it is they did sweep Ole Miss. They did win a series against Texas A&M, which is a really good baseball team.
Yeah.
They took a game off of Georgia. They took a game off of Tennessee. They won the Friday night game against Tennessee. So, yeah, Bama can be brutal, but they're also capable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, they're capable. It wouldn't surprise me if Bama won the series. I'd be really disappointed because I think LSU is the better team, and they're playing better and should win this series. But I'm a little nervous, man. I think LSU wins tonight. I think this is the one where they should be a favorite in this ball game. And honestly, they should be okay tomorrow. But the Saturday pitching thing kind of has me a little nervous about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think your advantage Friday night and your advantage Sunday.
See, here's the thing about Bama. Bama's 5-2 in SEC weekends on Sunday. That's been their best day. They're 2-5 on game 1s, 2-5 in game 2s. They're 5-2 in game 3s. I mean, they've been better. They've been better in that game 3.
Their worst starting pitcher is better than the other team's worst starting pitcher.
And you got Dutton, who's pitched very well.
I feel like Dutton is.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But there's always. But if you slip up on Saturday, if you're not stable on the bump on Saturday, and you don't get a good outing from Money or whoever pitches, and you lose. I mean, look what happened last week. You hit Jonathan Cannon.
Yeah.
You did something only one other team has done. You hit Jonathan Cannon. And you lost because you gave up 12 runs. Yeah. So if they get a good outing on Saturday, I think LSU takes the first 2 games. Yeah, but that's a big if at this point because I can't say definitively that I think that happens. Right. And if you lose Saturday, you go into Sunday with a lot of pressure to try to win that rubber match on Sunday on the road against a team that's fighting to be in the tournament. So, I mean, you have 2 teams fighting for different things, but both with a lot on the line this weekend. So should be good. 6 o'clock tonight, 7:30 tomorrow, first pitch. Night game there in Tuscaloosa.
That is a night game.
That is a night game. Then 1 o'clock on Sunday over in T-Town. All right, I know you got to bounce. Good luck to the Dunham Tigers tonight. Send our best to Houston. Give them hell and all that stuff. Let's go get a win. Let's get a dub in the Tuition Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
World Series.
The Tuition World Series. You have to stroke a check just to get in the game, swipe a card, anything like that?
No. I mean, just standard entry to get in the game.
Yeah. Gold bricks.
That's already been,
Yeah. Okay.
one of those deals.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right. Good luck to the Dunham Tigers. And to Episcopal. Look,
yeah.
Jimmy's son, EJ, goes to Episcopal.
Absolutely.
Is he on the
saw
team?
her at the game. Yeah, saw her at the game last night.
EJ's on the team.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was fired up.
All right. What position does EJ play?
I think outfield.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding with Houston Theriot, by the way. Just
yeah.
I'm team Dunham. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, it's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. Our Mother's Day weekend tradition. We get on over to Clegg's on Saturday, Mother's Day weekend. Erica gets to pick out a whole bunch of flowers, and we plant them all over the yard, and I can't complain. That's part of our Mother's Day weekend tradition every year. So that's a great option for you. I have a coworker who, I don't want to mention this coworker's name, because if I do, the coworker's significant other might be listening, and I don't want to spoil any surprise. But coworker messaged me yesterday, hey, does Clegg's have fill-in-the-blank plant? I understand it's very hard to find. And I said, well, let me find out. So called my guy Butch over at Clegg's, said, do you have fill-in-the-blank plant? He said, absolutely we do. Tell fill-in-the-blank employee, coworker, to come by and see me. Did, got the plant.
The fill-in-the-blank?
The fill-in-the-blank.
Those are nice this time of year.
I'll tell you what it is next week. Clegg's Nursery. Gift cards for mom are a great gift idea as well. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you into Clegg's Nursery.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns in stock with 0% for 72 months. Shop our inventory or custom order your Ram with $2,000 bonus cash and a 1,000,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, glad you're with us here on a Friday edition of AFR. So kind of flip things a little bit. Theriot had to come in early, so we'll get to around the SEC in a little bit. Musalab Tigers and the pros. If you want to go a little deeper dive into the LSU Alabama weekend, we'll get to all of that. A ton to do, so thanks for being here with us. Dennis Allen was a guest on the Rich Eisen show, and they covered a lot of topics, but the thing that maybe is of most interest and of most importance is Michael Thomas and Michael Thomas's health. As we continue to wait on his return, we all know the story. Michael Thomas missed the bulk of 2020, all of last season. We know the story, the injury, the surgery, the ghosting the organization. But think of how important it is, how critical it will be in this season with Jameis Winston healthy, a healthy Michael Thomas, and Chris Olave, and Alvin Kamara. Although we are anticipating a suspension for Kamara, but the core component there is having Michael Thomas back, a guy who last time we saw him in a full season caught 149 passes, set an NFL record. Like, I don't need him to catch 149 balls again, but be the guy that's going to go give me 100 receptions in a season. And be the pace setter, be the security blanket for Jameis Winston. Here was Dennis Allen, again, on the Rich Eisen show, updating Michael Thomas's health.
Again, that would be our hope. We feel good about what Mike's done in the rehab process. You know, there's still a few hurdles that we gotta climb with any of our guys that had any injuries that they're trying to get back from. But I kind of look at it in terms of we drafted Chris Olave in the first round, but I almost look at it as getting Mike back. It's almost like we had 2 first-round draft choices at wide receiver. So I feel really good about that.
And I do want to throw out as well something we've mentioned. Peyton Turner, who was your first-round pick last year. I guess it's not on the offensive side, but you're going to have Peyton Turner this year, hopefully, knock on for Micah, healthy. And that's like having another first-round pick mixed in. I mean, it's not exactly what and what, but in a way it is. You didn't get production out of your first-round pick last year. So there is validity to that. And, I kind of started to think, what will it look like? What could it look like, for the Saints with a healthy Mike Thomas, and you bring Chris Olave in as well. And look, that 2019 Saints team, just for perspective, okay? And that was the year when Michael Thomas was healthy and had 149 catches for 1,725 yards. The number 2 receiver on that team was Alvin Kamara with 81 catches. Your running back was number 2. 81 for 533, and Jared Cook, your tight end, was 3 with 43 catches for 705. So you didn't even have really 2 receivers, 2 legitimate receivers that year. I mean, you could have to go back to 2018 when Thomas caught 125 balls, and then your Kamara caught 81. But then after that, Ben Watson, and then Traquan at 28. I mean, it's to think about having a legitimate 2-headed monster at receiver, and then to be able to put Alvin Kamara's production on top of that, and then anything you might get out of the tight end as well, that's massively exciting. I mean, Ted Ginn back in 2017 had 53 receptions. But for perspective, Kamara had 81 and Mark Ingram had 58. I mean, it has been a hot minute since the Saints have had 2 wide receivers lead the team in receptions. I mean, you have to go back to 2016 when you had Cooks and rookie Mike Thomas. Cooks caught 117. Mike Thomas caught 122. Both went over 1,100 yards. I mean, that's the idea for me anyway. Like, that would be the perfect scenario for 2022 is what the Saints had with Brandon Cooks and Michael Thomas in 2016. Cooks was your deep guy, averaged 15 yards a reception, had 8 touchdowns, 117 receptions for 1,173. Michael Thomas came in as a rookie, averaged 12 yards a reception, 122 for 1137. Like, give me that with Michael Thomas and Chris Olave. Recreate what you did in 2016 offensively. And remember, you didn't even have Kamara then. Like, that was Mark Ingram. That was Travaris Cadet. I mean, Tim Hightower late in the season. Yeah, give me those two with Kamara, and I'm really excited about how that might look. DA also updated Jameis Winston and how his rehab is going.
He's doing well in the rehab process. You know, one of the things you know about Jameis is probably one of the hardest workers that I've been around. You know, he's just got a tireless work ethic, and he loves football, and that's his life. Like, he does everything is all about ball to him, and so he's working his tail off and really doing a really good job in the rehab, and I like where he's at.
And there was a follow-up if they expected Jameis to be ready for week 1.
Do you think he's going to be healthy enough to start week 1, Dennis?
Well, certainly that's certainly the plan. You know, and
right.
And you know, there's a lot of days between now and week 1, but we certainly like where he's at right now. We like the progress that he's making. Man, I really loved a lot of the things that he did last year for us. 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, you know, there was just some really good stuff that you see. And, you know, my vision and my hope is that he continues to progress on the same level as he gets another year in the system.
So there's a video posted on Twitter. It's got already over 5 million views, and it's Jameis doing not only a footwork drill, but it's like basically a pocket drill where he's got a guy with gloves on swatting at the football. He's stepping up in between dummies. They're hitting him. They're throwing him at his feet. A lot of people are kind of laughing at this. I kind of love this drill. I mean, I don't understand what's so funny about it. Mush, you were laughing at it. What's so funny about this drill?
I don't know, because it is a good drill, and I mean, it works. It's funny. I don't know. You know what I think?
It's almost like anything Jameis does, people are just gonna laugh at it.
Well, okay, you know what I think it might be? Remember when they caught him on like in his pregame drill? It looked like he was like dancing, and everybody was setting it to music. I think maybe it just reminds people of that. I don't know, but
he did
it's
that
funny.
with Dak
I don't
too.
know.
When Dak was doing
Dak, yeah. I don't know. It is. I don't really have a good reason, but I saw it and I laughed. I did. I don't know. It's a good drill.
I think it's perfectly rational. I mean, he's got a guy swatting at the football, so he holds on to it while the whole time he's keeping his eyes downfield. That's the whole thing. Is like there's things hitting your feet, hitting the ball. Just keep your eyes downfield despite all the commotion going on. I think it's a great drill. So I'm not laughing at it. I think it's freaking awesome. I'm fired up for James. Like, you know, I've been at the front of that line for a long time now. For a long time. Yeah. And I'm excited to see it manifest. If he stays healthy and you got these weapons there for him, let's roll. I'm excited about it. One more from Dennis Allen. He was asked about, obviously, the second time as a head coach. And he had a go-round in Oakland. It didn't go well. And they asked him why this time will be different.
You know, when I went to Oakland, I was a defensive coordinator for 1 year in Denver. And I went to Oakland in a situation where I was a first-year head coach and Reggie was a first-year general manager. And Mark had just taken over for his father as the owner of the team. And so there was a lot of firsts that were going on at that time. And now I experienced that for 2.25 years there in Oakland. And now I come back to New Orleans and I get a chance to sit back in New Orleans and be the defensive coordinator and watch Sean Payton work and watch how Mickey Loomis handles his business as the general manager. And I see the communication between the personnel department and the coaching staff that takes place. And so I've just seen how it really works. And so I think I'm better prepared for that. And I know this. I've got more confidence in myself, and I know that, I've got to do it my way.
You know the strange thing about that? And all of that is very plausible, and it sounds good. It sounds like the right thing. I'm completely on board with that. By the way, man, some of those pictures of Dennis Allen, like Raiders Dennis Allen, if you ever go back and search, dude was so young when he got that gig. I mean, football baby when he got that gig. Now, flip side of it is, Sean McVay was, 32? Already won a Super Bowl. But, Dennis Allen was here. He was in New Orleans prior. He saw Sean and Mickey and the whole thing in personnel department, how it worked when he was here. He wasn't the DC, but he was here. He saw what a successful, functioning franchise looked like and worked like. So I hope he's right. Look, there's no substitute for experience. That goes without saying. So, yes, having done it once before, you make mistakes. Hopefully you correct those mistakes. You learn from them and you're better because of it. True for players, hopefully true for coaches as well. But he had been there before. He had been here before. Either way, I do think that there's probably no way that anybody hears this without thinking that's a homer take. I do think the Saints are one of the more underrated teams in the NFL for this season. I think largely people have looked at the turnover, missing the postseason last year, and they have forgotten or ignored the context around what happened last year in New Orleans and how remarkable it was that that team was a game away from the playoffs, considering all the personnel. And getting a lot of those guys back. Should be a fun year. All right, it's after further review. I mean, I got a quick break. Since we had to flip things around, we'll come back and we'll do around the SEC. We'll also get a poll question update. Kim Mulkey landed the number one transfer in the country. So we asked the question, which of LSU's new head coaches, the 4 new head coaches, which will be the first to win a national championship? We'll get a Twitter poll question update as well when we come back. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. Great time to call. Listen, it is a holiday weekend, and it is the weekend. But remember, at River City's 1 Hour Air, they work nights, holidays, weekends. They always have a tech on call, and they will always come to you, and they will never charge you extra. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. Laura Wolf a week ago sent this 5-star review. Another great experience. Scheduled my maintenance for 2 weeks from now, but due to a change in work schedules, I called today to see if there were spots left this week. There were not. However, I got a phone call later in the day saying there was an opening for the day, and the technician came out, did all of his work quickly. I never felt any pressure to get extra work done. Definitely worth being a member here. That's Laura Wolf, and you should inquire as well about the River City's 1 Hour Air Membership Club. 752-0001, 752-0001. They work nights, holidays, weekends, and never charge you extra to come out at River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit GarciaDidMyRoof.com.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hunt and Hill, The Early Line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
May is Military Appreciation Month, and 104.5 ESPN is honoring those that have served or are currently serving, like Commander Larry Beagle, who served proudly in the Navy for 23 years, or Cody Blaylock, who courageously served in the Marines for 8 years. This week of Military Appreciation Month is brought to you by All Outdoor Store.
Kim Mulkey earlier today landed a commitment, and actually she signed Angel Reese, who is the #1 transfer in the country. Spent last year in Maryland, where she averaged 17 points and 10 rebounds per game for the Terps. I mean, you're talking about an All-American player here. I think she was third-team All-American this past season, first-team All-Big Ten, first-team All-Defensive Big Ten as well. So a legit dude, a stud. Angel Reese now officially signed with LSU women's basketball. So that led us toward today's poll question, which is, which of LSU's first-year head coaches or new head coaches, Kim Mulkey, Jay Johnson, Brian Kelly, Matt McMahon, which will be the first to win a national title?
Well, Kim Mulkey's got this on lock, buddy. 63.8% of votes for Kim Mulkey. For what it's worth, Brian Kelly and Jay Johnson are tied for second at 17.2%.
I mean, that feels right. I mean, Matt McMahon has the most uphill climb because LSU's, while they've been to Final Fours, it's never been consistent. LSU has never won a Final Four game in its history. So, yes, men's basketball should be last on this list. And Kim Mulkey should be first and far and away first because she's not only won 3 national titles, but like we talked about women's basketball has a shorter list of schools that commit the resources to women's basketball that compete. It's why you see a lot of the same teams in it every year. And honestly, football's the same way. I mean, when we're talking NIL stuff, we threw out the stat, 6 teams have won 74% of the national championships since 1998, the start of the BCS era. And LSU's on that list. So, yeah, I mean, it is something where Mulkey and Brian Kelly probably should be next there in football. And then baseball, I guess it sort of just depends on how you look at it's not exactly how I want to say it, but in baseball you have a better chance to win because more teams could win, but it's also in that sense somewhat harder because there's more competition, more teams can win it. But in that sense, you can get hot and play your way through the tournament in the postseason and win it. We talked about earlier, Jay in his first year at Arizona got to the National Championship Series. I don't know that this LSU baseball team will put itself in position to do that, but fill in those holes on the mound next year, and it would not surprise me at all if LSU is a team we were talking about in Omaha making a deep run next year and possibly winning it all. But I agree, Kim Mulkey would have to be the answer. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Bet just $5 on any NBA playoff game. If your team wins, you get $150 in free bets. That's at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Again, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Please use the promo code Baton Rouge. That's how you unlock that promo, and that's also how they know we sent you. So use the promo code Baton Rouge, one word, at the DraftKings Sportsbook app at just $5 on any NBA playoff game. If your team wins, they'll give you $150 in free bets. You've also got same-game parlays available, and ponies are going to run tomorrow at the Kentucky Derby. You want to wager on the Derby, you can certainly do it at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Now, disclaimer. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-7-STOP. All right, we do it every day an hour ago at this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Excellence in imaging solutions.
All right, let's run through the SEC weekend ahead. Last night, a little bit of a surprise, man. Kentucky in extra innings beats Tennessee. Tennessee got up early 2-0. Kentucky slugged their way back into it and ended up winning it in extra innings. So Kentucky shocks Tennessee to take the first game of that series there in Lexington. As a random aside, Kentucky spent a lot of money to build their new stadium. They should have invested more money in lights. Did you watch any of the game? I mean, it was very dark.
That's a good point. That stadium is dark. I did watch the game, and I did notice that. It is dark.
A lot of times, they'll bring, like, the network, when a network is carrying a game, they will bring in an extra bank of lights.
Yeah.
Because you have transportable lights. ESPN kind of needs to, or Kentucky needs to invest in more lights because their field is very dark. I'm sure if you're there, you can see. But as far as a TV product, you ever notice, like, even day games at the box, the lights are on.
Yes.
It's because of TV. It's adding more light in the middle of the day. They have the lights on for TV. Like, you want it to be bright so the picture is sharp. Really dark there in Lexington. Anyway, game 2 tonight at 5:30. So they're less than an hour away from first pitch there. That one's on SC Network Plus. Georgia is at home against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is interesting. They're a game below 500 right now. They're on the road in Athens. Georgia, of course, coming off of the series loss against LSU. A couple teams with a lot on the line in that series. Mentioned LSU and Bama. We know that. Texas A&M and South Carolina is also very interesting. Carolina coming off the 3-game sweep of Alabama last weekend. They travel to College Station. The Aggies top 10 in the RPI right now. They are a projected national seed. If you're an LSU baseball fan, you are pulling hard for South Carolina in that series. You just got to do a little scoreboard watching right now, and you need A&M to lose. A series they're going to play just because the schedule says they have to. Ole Miss is hosting Missouri. Both those teams stink. Who cares? Florida at Mississippi State. I don't know that anybody could have projected we'd be in the third to final weekend of conference play, and this would be a matchup between unranked teams. But that's where it is right now. Florida on the road at Mississippi State, starting their 3-game series. That is the SEC Network matchup. I mean, doesn't that go to tell you, like, the SEC Network pinpointed that one and said, yep, we're going to carry that game, thinking before the season that was actually going to be a really competitive series. Well, maybe it'll be competitive, but it's certainly not meaningful. And then Arkansas is on the road at Auburn. If you're an LSU fan, that's the other one that you're kind of doing some scoreboard watching this weekend because you're tied with Auburn right now in the conference, and you're behind Arkansas. So it's a little bit of a catch-22. Yeah, you'd love to see Arkansas lose to come back to the pack, but you also don't want Auburn to take a step forward. It's almost better, I would think, if Arkansas wins that series. Now, it would be a road series win, but if Arkansas wins that series, because they're probably going to be established either way, you'd like to see Auburn and A&M be the ones that take some steps back this weekend if LSU can get their series win against Alabama. So if you're a Tiger fan scoreboard watching, you're probably pulling for Arkansas in that series as well. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, North Shore, Lafayette. They've got offices across the southern part of the state so they can get to you same day or worst case by 10 a.m. the next day. They're a national leader among Savin dealers, but they will proudly service any make or model. So if you need help with your office equipment, you need Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com, the official office equipment provider of the LSU Tigers, of the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the ULL Ragin' Cajuns. Gulf Coast Office Products. All right, y'all. Really good day so far. We appreciate you for being with us. Muse will have Tigers in the Pros coming up here shortly. We did a check on the poll question. The other thing, I don't know if you have this in Tigers in the Pros, but I had wanted to talk about this with Theriot earlier. But did you see the Yankees at the Rangers game last night?
I did see, yes.
So it was Aaron Judge, it was Anthony Rizzo, and it was DJ LeMahieu. And so they're all at the Rangers game last night, the playoff hockey game. And the camera in-house, they put the camera in-house on the guys. They recognize it. And so they all have beers. And so they decide they're going to chug their beers. Rizzo dusted them. And then LeMahieu and Judge followed suit. And LeMahieu edged out Aaron Judge. So a Michigan guy, but with some LSU roots here. And we know Rizzo, of course, loves the Tigers. So I don't know, thoughts on the beer chugging here?
Yeah, okay, well, look, I'll say this about DJ. He had the least amount left in his cup, which also is a good thing. That shows, I mean, obviously LSU, like the guy's experienced in drinking beer.
Unless if that was his first, and for the others it might have been their second or third. Who knows? Yeah,
no, I don't think it. Come on.
You have no way to back that up.
He went to LSU. The guy can drink beer. That's a scientific fact.
Theriot didn't drink beer. He went to LSU.
Terrier's told the story, but he used to just have beer waiting for him in the clubhouse when he'd get out. What are you talking about?
Anymore.
Not anymore, but I mean, back in the day.
Paulie, do you drink beer?
I do.
How much?
Not that often.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You've got no leg to stand on here.
I think it matters.
The fact that he went to LSU does not matter at all.
Yeah.
What is maybe has some merit is that he does have the least amount of beer in his cup. And Rizzo still dusted LeMahieu and Judge chugging the beer, which is more impressive for Rizzo, who's a big dude, by the way. I mean, Judge is a big guy, but Rizzo's a huge guy, too.
I think I probably would have picked Rizzo, though. Like, if you made me pick before, like, who do you think is going to finish? I think I actually probably would have picked Rizzo.
I agree. I would, too. If you're getting odds,
Rizzo,
sure. Rizzo would have been the favorite. Judge is the biggest guy, but you have Fresno.
I actually would have had him as the long shot. It played out how I thought it would have, honestly. Probably preseason there.
Rizzo, it's just so perfect. You could tell like he just opened his throat. And
yeah.
I mean, there wasn't the
not his first time.
It wasn't sipping. He was just. I mean, it was just open hatch, dump liquid. That was it. Gone. Yes, that's what it was. So, congrats to the guys. I had a day off. Still have the best record in baseball. While the Red Sox stink.
Oh, they are a disaster, brother. Good Lord, are they a disaster.
I know, it's so fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a difference of opinion there.
You know who else stinks? Sorry, Paulie. The Reds stinks. Oh, my God, the Reds are so bad.
3-22.
It's so bad. And they're not just losing. Like,
they're getting skunked.
I was listening to Otter earlier, and he was saying, like, Vegas might actually adjust the run line, which is 1.5, to, like, 2, because they get crushed every game. It's like it's not even competitive anymore.
They lost 18-3 yesterday.
I know, they're not good. They're really bad. Almost like Boston, but not quite.
Hey, they ain't losing 18-3, man.
All right, it's after further review. Stick around. Wrap up hour
AFR.
We'll wrap up hour number 2 next. We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Let's have another raving fan shout out.
It's a raving fan shout-out. Presented by Darren James and Associates, brokered by eXp Realty.
How about Cindy Duarte? She closed today, relocated from Miami to Baton Rouge, worked with London Hancock on Darren James's team, and now Cindy Duarte, a raving fan of Darren James. The Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1,000 realtors in America. Did you know that 1 out of 3 people are buying, selling, or considering a move out of state or locally? Darren's team can help you with anything that you need as it pertains to real estate, if it's buying or selling. They even have a national referral program that can connect you with top realtors just like him. So if you're moving out of state, Darren can still help you that way as well. Log on, find out more. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years. Front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Reminder, tomorrow, Kentucky Derby. You know where you'll find us. T-Bob and I will be hosting a Derby party over at Don Juan Cigar Bar. Doors open at 3. All the specials will start at, doors open at 2, excuse me. All of the specials will start at 3. There will be a best dressed male, best dressed female competition with gift baskets, drink specials, cigar specials, and T-Bob and I will be doing a live stream somewhere around 4 o'clock on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube and Facebook page, so we're looking forward to it. Tomorrow, Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll see you there in Town Center. Muso, Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the Pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
How about this? So tonight, Sylvia Fowles' final season in the WNBA gets underway. The Minnesota Lynx will face the Seattle Storm. Doing our best to keep you updated on Sylvia Fowles' final season in the WNBA as they go along.
Drew Hill. Big Sill, Drew Hill. He's actually Big Will, Drew Hill.
Major League Baseball.
Wild Wild West, Big Will, Drew Hill.
Yeah, Wild Wild West.
Big Will, Drew Hill. But I changed it to Big Sill.
Major League Baseball last night, the Houston Astros with a 1-run victory over the Detroit Tigers. Alex Bregman 1 for 4 with a double, his 6th double of the season, was stranded on second base. Bregman also had 2 strikeouts last night. The Philadelphia Phillies, did you see this, Matt? But did you see what they did? Can we get our guy out of Philadelphia, please?
Please.
Aaron Nola last night.
We did call it.
No. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 7.
Yeah.
They scored 7 runs. And then they gave up 7 runs in the 9th inning to lose the baseball game. And Aaron Nola gets a no decision.
No decision. Yeah.
Can we please get him out of there? And then finally, on the Champions Tour, David Toms today, a 7-under 65 in the first round of the Mitsubishi Electric Classic, tied for the lead with Ken Duke. We were talking the other week. David Toms, he's normally good for a victory year on the Champions Tour. Maybe this is it.
Let's see.
And that's Stalkers in the Press.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gentlemen, it is not too late. Mother's Day, of course, is Sunday. You can still thrill mom with a gift in the red box. Go to Lee Michaels, corporate in Bocage, Mall of Louisiana. That's the 2 Baton Rouge locations. But New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, 9 locations in all. Find the location nearest you at lmfj.com. That's LMFJ, Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. All right, hour number 3 is coming up. NIL crackdown. Jimbo's sweating in his boots.
AFR.
Brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. Shawbillstire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. So go to the website. I'll always encourage you to do this. Go to the website first. Go to shawbillstire.com. And if you click the promotions tab at the top, you'll see all the deals they presently have. Here's another sort of pro tip for you. If you find a better deal on tires somewhere, which you won't, but if you do, call Shawbills. Let them know the deal that you got somewhere else. Bet you they honor it. Shawbillstire.com. They will sell you the best tires on the road for the cheapest price possible. Shawbillstire.com. And best of all, they're going to save you money on tires. But best of all, they're going to treat you like family. And they know when they do, they'll keep you coming back for your auto maintenance year after year after year after year. That's how they've been so successful for more than half a century. Shawbillstire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns in stock with 0% for 72 months. Shop our inventory or custom order your Ram with $2,000 bonus cash and a 1,000,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Dad!
Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well.
Yes!
It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit garciadidmyroof.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. 76ers center Joel Embiid clears the NBA concussion protocol today, but is listed as doubtful for tonight's Game 3 against the Heat. Embiid plans to go through pregame warmups. ESPN's Kendrick Perkins believes it might be a good idea to shut Embiid down for the season.
He has dealt with enough throughout the course of this season, having to deal with Ben Simmons, having to carry the load of this Philadelphia 76ers team. And we already know that Big Philly, Joel Embiid, is injury prone. At this point, you have to protect your franchise guy.
Kendrick Perkins on First Take. Embiid missed the first 2 games of the series with a concussion and an orbital fracture. Heat guard Kyle Lowry is planning to play tonight after missing 4 games with a sore hamstring. That Heat-Sixers game in Philadelphia tips a playoff doubleheader tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern. It'll be followed by the Suns and Mavericks in Dallas. Penguins goaltender Casey DeSmith will miss the rest of the playoffs after core muscle surgery. He had to leave Game 1 in overtime against the Rangers.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you have in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us on this Friday, Mother's Day weekend. Early happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope you are treated awesome and deservedly so. We will be tomorrow over at Don Juan Cigar Bar. Kentucky Derby is tomorrow. Mattress Mac is at it again if you have not yet seen this. Mattress Mac has a new, of course, all of his bets are hedges against promotions he does at his furniture store. The promotion is you spend $3,000 or more on furniture. If a certain team wins whatever sporting event, then you get a full refund. You basically get the furniture for free. So Mattress Mac takes all this revenue in that he gets, or not all of it, but he hedges against the revenue or the potential loss, and then he goes and bets on a sporting event. And his customers have not fared too well, which means Mattress Mac has lost a lot of wagers. Last year, his losing streak, by the way, started last year with Kentucky Derby. He bet a Derby record $2.4 million on Essential Quality. The horse finished 4th. Undeterred, Mattress Mac says he'll be putting between $2.5 and $3 million on the favorite. Whoever the favorite is, he'll be putting $2.5 to $3 million on the favorite. And that's a hedge, of course, against the promotion at his furniture store. So, it's if the favorite wins the Derby. So Mattress Mac's going to go bet on the favorite, and if the favorite wins, all the people who had spent $3,000 more on furniture are going to get their furniture for free. And so this is his hedge, obviously. So it'll either be Zandon. I don't know if it's Zandon or Zandon, however this is, Z-A-N-D-O-N, or Epicenter. Those are the two that are right now jockeying, no pun intended, to be the morning line favorite tomorrow, again, for the Kentucky Derby. And as a reminder, T-Bob and I will be live tomorrow at Don Juan Cigar Bar. So if you want to come hang out, listen, even if you don't care about horse racing, the Derby Day is a lot of opportunity for people to dress up, drink the juleps, have a good time. So we'll be at Don Juan. Again, doors and all their specials start at 2 o'clock. The doors are at 2. All the specials begin at 3 and be there until the end of the Derby. So we'll look forward to seeing a lot of y'all at Don Juan tomorrow. Come hang out with us. All right. Earlier this week, Ross Dellinger joined us. If you missed it, you can go listen on demand. Because Ross was out at the Pac-12 meetings in Arizona, and NIL became a major talking point. Ross had a big feature earlier this week about a lot of the collectives, right? The groups of boosters who have pooled their money together to effectively go buy players. And as a result of that shining light on, or collectively shining light on what we've all known to be a reality since NIL started, the NCAA has in turn responded and said they are going to put forth legislation next week to control or to curb this NIL spending, the pay-for-play component of NIL, basically buying players out of high school. We know that George Klivikoff of the Pac-12 and Greg Sankey of the SEC were in Washington, D.C. yesterday lobbying senators for federal legislation. And today, Ross has another updated story where college leaders now are joining the fray and urging NCAA leadership to curb this NIL spending. Colorado Athletic Director Rick George is one of those quoted who said, "This is the time we have to put our stake in the ground. Enough. This is not acceptable. What we're doing is not good for intercollegiate athletics, and it has got to stop." So here's the problem that they're going to run into. And this is where I think there is a fine line, but straddling that line can be done. In his piece, Ross Dellinger has a quote from an attorney. And I'm trying to find the exact quote. Here it is. It's Arizona-based sports attorney Greg Clifton, who said, if they, the NCAA, punish the kids, they will have lawyers lining up. There will be a class action lawsuit within 48 hours. And that's what's interesting, because what seems to be the case is that the NCAA doesn't appear to be interested in going after the kids, but rather the schools. And that's what's going to be the most interesting part of this, if it can happen. Pat Forty, who I know a lot of people here don't like because of all the Will Wade stuff, but one thing that I will remind you is part of the reason Pat Forty kept trying to break that news, and ultimately did break news along the way there, was because, and I tell you this often, he was either getting his news on infractions from Will Wade or someone at LSU, or someone in the infractions committee. Well, everybody knows ain't nobody at LSU talking to Pat Forty. Pat had sources inside of the NCAA infractions committee that was feeding him the info on Will Wade and this whole thing. Like, that's where his, I don't know who it was, but it's very obvious. It was coming from one or two places. This is where it was coming from. So when he tweets out, I mean, this validates it even further. Pat Forty on Twitter earlier today, 10:19 a.m. Text from someone in NCAA compliance space on enforcing the collective recruiting tampering landscape. Quote, the student athletes that were getting these alleged offers from these collectives will probably be getting phone calls from enforcement to have a sit down. I will oversimplify this. NIL came about as a way for student athletes to make money on their name, image, and likeness. Boosters, probably with the prodding of some coaches and administrators, use the open door to go buy recruits. That is not allowed. Hard to prove, but not allowed. The more common it's become, the more accepted it's become, the more open it's become. People are talking. Structure of deals, amount of money spent, very much in the open. The NCAA realizes this is not the path they want to go down, not only the NCAA, but coaches, administrators, everybody. And while the NCAA may not be able to punish the players because of the possibility of a class action lawsuit, they can punish the school. And that's likely the direction that they're going to go to try to curb this. Now, I don't know that it stops it. What it probably does is just sends all of these benefits back where they were for decades, right under the table, in the shadows, in a shoebox, in a bag with a bag man, however that's disguised. But suffice to say that with every story like this, with every passing day, with every bit of further development in stories like this in the NIL world, we move closer and closer to the inevitability of college football existing on its own, independent of all things NCAA. It will be its own structure, its own sport, under its own governance. It already crowns its own champion. I mean, the college football playoff crowns college football's champion, not the NCAA. I mean, the way I always describe it is, you know how, like, when you have March Madness or you have College World Series or whatever, the national championship trophy is that, like, brown, like, wooden, tall trophy. There isn't one of those for football because the NCAA does not crown a football champion. The conferences collectively outsource its championship to the college football playoff. So these schools and conferences are already outsourcing its postseason. It's just going to now take the entirety of college football and move it away from the NCAA. It's going to happen. Like, it is absolutely unavoidable. It's just a matter of when and how it looks. And with every story like this, it's just another step closer to that. But the thing that I will be most interested in seeing, like, I'm going to just be, you know, those gifs of, like, the guy popping open the bag chair and putting it down and sitting in it, like, whenever something interesting is going on Twitter, if you ever see that gif. Like, that's how I feel watching this. Nothing I say or do is going to affect anything with how all this happens. Same with you or me or any of us. Like, nothing any of us do or say is going to impact it. We're just going to watch the thing burn. I mean, or watch the fireworks show, whatever it's going to be. Use whatever analogy you want. That's all coming, and we're just going to watch it, and then, you know, however they structure it is what'll be best for the billion-dollar college football industry, and it'll be independent of the NCAA. But in the meantime, it could be really fun to watch Jimbo shaking his cowboy boots. I wonder if he'll come back and acknowledge they actually bought a class. Or better yet, what'll happen when members of the Texas A&M signing class publicly acknowledge their inducements, and then Jimbo's asked about it? Then what does he say? I don't know nothing about it. That's what I'm actually really most looking forward to. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by Relief Windows. Appreciate Brandon Holly and the gang over at Relief Windows. Man, they do awesome work. 288-8138, 288-8138, or reliefwindows.com. Windows, door, siding, Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows that not only beautify the exterior of your home, they make your home safer with an added layer of security. They'll lower your energy bills, increase your home's resale value. Lifetime warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage. Are you kidding me? That's transferable, too, by the way. So sell your home, the warranty transfers to the next homeowner. Relief Windows, they're just the best. 288-8138 or reliefwindows.com. I forgot about this. Brian Kelly was a guest on SiriusXM. I think Hester was actually hosting the show when they had Brian Kelly on SiriusXM Channel 84. And Brian Kelly was talking about NIL. Give a listen.
certainly I am in favor of the student athletes promoting their brand and having their name, their image, and likeness. We're in a situation now where it's unintended consequences. I don't know that anybody thought that we'd get to the point where, seniors in high school are, having multi-million-dollar contracts, and that we're looking at guys entering the transfer portal because they want to get paid to play. That's not what name, image, and likeness was intended to do.
Might not have been what it was intended to do, but it was always an inevitability that someone was going to take advantage of it. One more from Brian Kelly on Sirius XM about corrections that are needed.
There's going to have to be corrections. It's not a sustainable model from that perspective. I want to be able to develop, recruit, retain my players. And, retention from our perspective is, providing the opportunity for our guys to earn name, image, and likeness opportunities, and that'll allow you to retain your players. I'm not a big believer of, a freshman coming in, having not played it down and having a big contract. That's not good for your locker room. That's not good for anybody. And the same holds true for transfers as well. Now, can they be assisted with travel for their families and relocation expenses? I think that's reasonable. But the huge contracts that we're seeing and those types of deals, I don't think they're sustainable, and I don't think they're healthy for any football team.
The sustainability is a very good point. I know I'm running late, but real quick, think of it this way. And I'm not a wealthy business owner booster, but if I were, and I'm committing, let's use a specific dollar amount, because this is something that Ross Dellinger published in his piece at SI. Florida's collective has committed $10 million annually to NIL deals. That's a real number that's been printed. Let's say you are the boosters putting forth the $10 million annually, and you don't feel like you're getting a return. At what point do you grow tired of putting forth $10 million annually? Maybe never. If you're rich enough and you need the write-off anyway, what does it matter? But I think sustainability is a legitimate question. All right, it's after further review. Quick break. When we come back, Saints are bringing in a free agent running back for a visit. I love it. We'll talk about it next.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org for the Baton Rouge General Hospital. Hey, I want to remind you as we head into the weekend about the Baton Rouge General Express Care locations. This is 7-day-a-week walk-in urgent care. So something goes wrong this weekend, you twist an ankle, you get a cut, you need stitches, something along those lines. Remember, the Baton Rouge General Express Care locations are there for you. There's one in Dutchtown, right next to the high school, one on Nicholson, directly across from Tiger Stadium. It's next to Torchy's. And then one on Highland, just through the south gates of LSU. It's walk-in, urgent care, 7 days a week. You can check in online at brgeneral.org. You can also check wait times. As of right now, there is no wait at any of the locations, Dutchtown, Highland, or Nicholson. brgeneral.org. Learn more, check in online. It's the Baton Rouge General Hospital.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we'll talk a little LSU Bama about 10 minutes from right now. No Theriot. He was with us earlier in the show. If you missed it, maybe you're just knocking off of work, wondering where he is. Houston Theriot and the Dunham Tigers had a playoff baseball game tonight, so Ryan was with us earlier. You can catch that on demand at 1045ESPN.com or the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. We appreciate it. So the Saints made a splash earlier this week in signing Tyrann Mathieu in free agency, but they may not be done. I know a lot of people in these parts are kind of itching a little bit to see if the Saints might make another run at Jarvis Landry, who did visit the Saints facility before the draft and left without a deal. While, yes, the fan in me would love to see Jarvis end up in New Orleans, I don't know that that makes a ton of sense after drafting Chris Olave. You've got now two receivers who are going to be gobbling up premium targets. That's without even considering Alvin Kamara. I kind of feel like Jarvis might be able to get a better deal and a better opportunity elsewhere. Baltimore, Atlanta, places where they need pass catchers. Proven pass catchers, and it might make more sense. If he ends up in New Orleans, awesome. Would love it. But I do think the Saints have bigger needs. One of the spots we talked about before the draft was running back, and I was kind of hoping the Saints would use a mid-round pick on a running back in this draft because there wasn't really, aside from Breece Hall, a running back that seemed like he was even challenged to go round one. When you looked in the middle rounds, round 3 and 4, it's where you saw a glut of talent in this draft. If it was Isaiah Spiller, I know a lot of people were high on Kenneth Walker as well out of Michigan State, but if it was Isaiah Spiller, I talked about Kyron Williams from Notre Dame as someone that I really liked a lot in this draft. But the Saints, of course, traded up, and so they didn't have a 3rd or 4th round pick and ended up not drafting a running back. Now, they did take a running back or sign a running back in as an undrafted free agent, Abram Smith from Baylor. He was a 1,600-yard rusher and may end up being a very good running back. But the Saints could well be looking to solidify that spot with a proven veteran. And they're bringing in Sony Michel for a visit. I would be over the moon if the Saints work out a deal with Sony Michel. Y'all know the backstory. Sony Michel's an SEC guy. He played at the University of Georgia and was a first-round pick of the New England Patriots. Oddly enough, he didn't ever emerge in New England as a bell cow. New England's just a little different, isn't it, when we consider Belichick and how that organization's been run. As a rookie, ran for 931 yards, averaged 4.5 yards a carry. Second year, played in all 16 games, ran for 912 yards, averaged just a hair under 4 yards a carry. His third year in the NFL was the COVID year. He only played 9 games, but he averaged nearly 6 yards a carry, 5.7 yards a carry, but his attempts went way down. The Patriots trade him to the Rams. Remember, Cam Akers was coming off the Achilles injury, so Sony Michel was kind of the lead back until Cam Akers returned and averaged 4 yards a carry, played in all 17 games, but he was kind of the guy until Akers returned, and then Michel kind of took a backseat to Cam Akers once he returned. But I look at a guy who Sony Michel's 27 years old, so in NFL terms, especially for running backs, 27 feels old. 27 feels like an old running back. But he's only played 4 years. Like, there's a lot of tread left on the tires because he came into the league later in his career. And remember, at the University of Georgia, they had such a glut of running back talent when Sony Michel was at UGA that you didn't have guys that had 250, 300 carries in a season. So for Sony Michel, you can kind of look at it and say, man, yeah, he's 27, but here's his stats at Georgia. He had 64 attempts as a freshman. He had 219 as a sophomore in 2015, ran for 1,100 yards. Then 152 and 156 attempts. Like, they did not wear out any of their backs at UGA. So a guy that's only got 743 career rushing attempts, he's ran for just over 3,000 yards, 3,100 yards in his career. Even though he's 27, I believe he's a young, fresh 27. And you're not even asking him to be the bell cow in New Orleans. You're talking about a roster where Alvin Kamara is going to be the guy, and Mark Ingram is going to be fighting for a roster spot, but you're likely going to lose Kamara for 6 games. And if you're going to lose Kamara for 6 games, you're going to need that complimentary back along with Mark Ingram, provided he makes this team. And boy, I like the idea of it being Sony Michel. Any of his seasons in the NFL, if he could deliver any of his seasons in the NFL as the number 2 back with the Saints, you all of a sudden become one of the most potent rushing teams in the NFL with someone like Michel alongside Kamara. As a rookie, ran for 931 yards. Second year, ran for 912. Third year, that 2020 season, when he averaged nearly 6 yards a carry, he only had 79 rushing attempts and played 9 games. 79 attempts for 449 yards. Even if that's all he would give you over the course of a season, 80 to 100 rushing attempts, 4 to 5 attempts a game. Okay. Like, as a number 2 and that's your guy, I think that would be a phenomenal addition. Like, he is the picture of what I would be thinking of as a guy to complement Alvin Kamara in this offense. A young veteran with fresh legs who could really add another dimension to this running game. The big question is going to be, what does Sony Michel want financially? What might he command on the open market? And, of course, running backs have been just completely devalued. But, Kamara is a guy that got paid. Kamara is behind McCaffrey in the average per year payout of his contract. McCaffrey averages $16 million a year. Kamara at $15 million a year, right where Zeke is as well. And that's sort of the cautionary tale, isn't it? When you look at the highest paid running backs in the NFL, Dalvin Cook at 12.6, Derrick Henry at 12.5, Nick Chubb at 12.2, Aaron Jones at 12, Joe Mixon at 12. I guess that's the point, isn't it? Saquon Barkley. What do they do with Barkley in New York? That's kind of the question, is what would it cost? Is Sony Michel willing to do a 1-year deal? Does he want some longevity? Where he fits in there financially, I think, is the bigger question for the New Orleans Saints. On the field, the idea of Sony Michel joining the New Orleans Saints makes a ton of sense for any reason possible. He can run the ball between the tackles. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He'd be a great complementary piece to Alvin Kamara. If Kamara misses 6 games, he could step in and be your guy like he was last year in L.A. while Cam Akers was out with injury. Like, I love it. On the field, it makes all the sense in the world. The only question is, what's it going to cost? What's it going to cost? But I would love it if those two sides could get a deal done. Sony Michel, he's going to visit the New Orleans Saints, according to a report from Jeremy Fowler, scheduled to meet the Saints in the days ahead. Already previously met with the Miami Dolphins, see if the Saints can get a deal done. But for me, running back would be at the top of the list right now of positions I'd like to see the Saints address. Running back, tight end certainly as well. But if you can add someone like Sony Michel at running back, add another dimension to this offense, boy, you just keep giving Jameis all of those toys in the toy chest. And this could be a very fun offense to watch. All right, we're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. Hey, I want to remind you, Tuesday, great event over at the Williamson Eye Center. Of course, Tuesday is culturally Taco Tuesday. So they're doing a free event called Let's Taco About LASIK. Come by, have dinner, they'll have tacos, and they'll have a prize drawing for $500 off of a LASIK procedure and designer sunglasses, and you get to watch a live LASIK procedure. So if you want to get your questions answered about LASIK, maybe even watch a LASIK procedure, you could win a $500 gift card to put toward your LASIK procedure this coming Tuesday at the Williamson Eye Center, their Baton Rouge General location. So you turn off of Bluebonnet onto Suma, and you come up to that stop sign. It's the building on the right. The first 2 floors, that's the Williamson Eye Center. That's where they'll be on Tuesday. So it's a free event, but please go register at their Facebook page because they are going to have limited space. It's coming, again, the Let's Taco About LASIK event this coming Tuesday over at the Williamson Eye Center starting at 6 p.m. All right, so after further review, appreciate y'all for being here with us as always. Hope you have a great weekend planned ahead. We are 1 hour away from first pitch, LSU and Alabama. Let's hear from Jay Johnson and a couple of thoughts on the Tigers and the Tide. Big series for LSU this weekend over in Tuscaloosa. See if they can go win it on the road and keep us moving toward a regional host site and potentially even in the conversation for a national seed. We'll talk some LSU and Bama baseball when we return on AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's. So, gentlemen, Mother's Day is Sunday. Don't screw it up. You want to buy mom flowers? You can get flowers at Rouse's for mom. You want to buy lunch or dinner for mom? You can do it at Rouse's. Maybe she loves seafood. They have grab-and-go options. You want to get some lobster? Cook it yourself at the house? You can do that at Rouse's. So many great options for whatever special meal you're going to prepare for mom this Mother's Day weekend. Crawfish? You want a crawfish boil? Remember, Rouse's has live and boiled crawfish. Grab and go boiled, or if you want to boil them yourself, they got everything you need, from the pots and the paddles and all the spices and seasonings and everything, and the live crawfish. They've got it at Rouse's. Rouse's, the official supermarket of LSU Athletics, and now the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's, where this feels like home.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we'll talk LSU Bama in a second. Lineups posted. We came to a realization during the break as we were talking. Paul's got a big weekend this weekend. So, of course, Paul and his wife, Sam, welcomed baby Opal into the world this year. And so, Paulie, that means this is Sam's first Mother's Day.
It is.
How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good. I'm prepared. Can't disclose what I'm doing, but I'm prepared.
It's a big deal. The first Mother's Day is a big deal no matter what. The first one.
Yeah, I can't screw it up.
No, you can't screw it up. So what are you going to do?
Well, I can't tell you.
You need tips?
I mean, I'll take some. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Whatever you're planning on doing, do more than that.
Okay.
Because whatever you're planning on doing isn't enough.
I need to do some more planning then.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not just Mother's Day isn't just here's a gift for mom, right? Like that's what you give your mom.
Right.
Right, you give your mom a gift. Hi, happy Mother's Day. But when you are preparing Mother's Day for the mother of your child, especially when the child is not old enough to deliver for mom on Mother's Day. Remember, Paul, I'm going to remind you this. It's Mother's Day, like all day.
The whole day.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Mother's Day. Not, oh, it's Sunday, here's a present. It's Mother's Day. Okay, you got me?
I got it.
All right. Now, Muse, you just throw some flowers at your mom, and I'm sure she'll be fine. Look, he's like, yeah, got it.
Hey, yeah.
That's easy. That's easy. Keep pulling my headphone wire there. It was weird. Yeah, Mother's Day. The operative word, Paulie. Day. And then you know what they've started doing as well, right?
What?
It's Mother's Day weekend now, right? It's Mother's Day weekend. It's no longer just Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day weekend. So a lot of times, some moms try to milk the entire weekend out of it. You got to be prepared for that. Okay?
I'm taking notes.
All right. So let you know. It's important. Can't screw up Mother's Day. Like, you could screw up her birthday before you screw up Mother's Day. Can't screw up Mother's Day. Very important. Very important day. It's a very important day for LSU baseball. Tigers. That transition. Tigers. I love pointing out the transition, too, because it makes it awkward. Y'all are no fun at all. I swear. Y'all just like ready for the weekend. I mean,
awkward silence.
And still neither of you talk. Okay.
Yes, Matt, I'm very ready for the weekend.
Right. I'm ready to. LSU plays Alabama in 40 minutes from right now. Thanks, guys. It's going to be fine. All right, 50 minutes from right now. Excuse me. #math. A lineup's posted for LSU and Alabama game 1. We know Michel's going to pitch tonight. And they're going to line it up the same way that they've been lining up when they face a righty primarily. So Pearson, Cruz, Berry, Doty, Morgan, Thompson, Joubert, McManus, Stevenson. So Joubert, DH, bat 7th. McManus will catch, bat 8th. He's solidified himself there, obviously ahead of Travinsky at this point. If you want another right-handed bat in the lineup, you could. They've done this before. They put Joubert in right field, and they DH Travinsky. That's certainly an option that they could do when they face a lefty. But tonight, they'll go Pearson, Cruz, Berry, Doty, Morgan, Thompson, Joubert, McManus, Stevenson. I love that lineup. This is my favorite lineup LSU has. I think we talked about it in the midweek. You're solid defensively in the outfield. I think that's your best lineup on the infield as well. Berry's most comfortable at third. You hope Thompson keeps just getting more consistent at short. McManus has solidified you behind the plate, at least for now. And we love the freshman at the corner outfield spot. So, Michel Hilliard tonight on the bump for LSU. Boy, he's just been really good this year, and would expect nothing less out of him tonight than what he's been able to deliver. You know, we talked about it, but last week was the spot where he kind of proved his mettle as an ace, where even when you don't have your best stuff and you're able to battle through a game, he needed 113 pitches to get through 6, but he did it and gave up only 2 runs. That's an ace, and that's what you need, and that's what Michel Hilliard has been. So I'd fully expect that to continue tonight. Alabama is just interesting because they've had high points this year. They took a game off of Tennessee. They took a game off of Georgia. They swept Ole Miss when they were top 10 in the country. But they've lost 7 of their last 9 in league. They lost 2 against Tennessee. They lost 2 against Georgia. They were swept last weekend by South Carolina. This is a team right now that is scuffling, but it also makes them dangerous. This is a team that, again, they've got some high points. They're a capable team, but it's been tough for them to put it consistently together, whereas LSU seems like a team that is continuing an ascent as we move throughout May, through April, and then into May. Garrett McMillan goes tonight for Alabama. This is an Alabama team staff that's got an ERA. They're 5th in the SEC in staff ERA, but coming into this year, lost their Friday night guy, who's a lefty who throws mid-90s and might have been the best pitcher in the SEC. So everyone sort of had to bump up a day. It's made it tough for him, but that's nothing new. Arkansas had to deal with losing Peyton Paulette. Now Hunter Barco's out at Florida. I mean, everybody not everybody, but there's been a glut of injuries in the league this year on the mound. I mean, everybody kind of deals with it at some. Even LSU's dealt with it, maybe not with their Friday night guy, but they dealt with it, losing Javen Coleman. So Bama's had to mix and match that way. I like LSU's lineup tonight. I think they win the game tonight. LSU is a better team, especially with Michel Hilliard on the bump, than I believe Alabama is. It's very hard to win road series. We talk about it often. I'd never predict sweeps. It's just baseball. There's so many variables in baseball. I mean, look at what happened last week. I mean, we had all kind of scribbled a W next to the game when Georgia was throwing Jonathan Cannon, and LSU actually hit the guy. They hit him and still lost because they gave up 12. That's the big thing for me this weekend. I think LSU wins today. I think Sunday with Dutton and Taylor, that combo, I like LSU a lot in that game, but Bama has been very good in game threes. They're 5-2 in SEC game threes, and that kind of makes you leery if you can't win the series on day 2. You got to get tonight, and hopefully you have a good day on day 2. Jay Johnson did say on Wednesday, he was asked about Blake Money, and he was clear that Money's going to pitch, but they're not sure when and how.
He'll pitch for sure this weekend. I don't know if it's Saturday, I don't know if it's Sunday, I don't know if it's out of the bullpen, but a lot of confidence in him still, and he has plenty of ability to do well, and we've seen some of that this year, and I think you're going to see him start to pitch better here as we get down the stretch. I really believe that.
Something to keep an eye on, and I'm just going to throw this out there. So you know that Theriot and I are partners in HUDCO Roofing, and so we do produce content for HUDCO social media, and we were talking earlier this week in this little video series we do called HUDCO Shorts. We're talking about Blake Money. So if you can go watch it at the HUDCO Facebook or HUDCO Instagram. And Theriot mentioned that maybe Blake Money is tipping pitches. And again, I'm not saying definitively that's happened. I'm just giving you something to think about when you watch when Blake Money pitches this weekend. And the point he made was a good one. He said, look, if Blake Money was struggling because the velo was down or he was missing spots and walking guys, that would be one thing. But that's not happening. He's not missing bats. It's almost like guys know when his fastball is coming. You're not even seeing guys fouling off his fastball. They're crushing his fastball. And that's where you kind of look and go, do they know what's coming? So I don't know. I'm not nearly savvy enough to tell you from a hitter's perspective that I can look at Blake Money and tell you what his tell is. But with enough advanced analytics, it's worth looking at, saying, is he doing something that opponents have picked up on? So watch that. See if Blake Money, when he throws, see if he's inducing foul balls, if he's getting swings and misses. Because if he's just getting barreled up over and over again, there's something more that's going on there, and they would really need him to figure it out. Because, man, if Blake Money can reestablish himself the way he was pre-conference, and I get it, it's a different level of competition also. They're not playing Maine and Bethune-Cookman right now. But if he can reestablish what he was early in the season, right now, with the way this team is hitting and with Dutton's development as your number 3 guy, now all of a sudden you are a team that feels confident it can go into a weekend in a super regional and win it with that combo of starters. But you got to establish somebody else's number 2. If it's Money or if it's Hasty or if they go with Collins, whoever it may be, they got to establish somebody in that number 2 role that can be an inning eater for them. See who that is this weekend if they can get it. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, online, theantiagingclinics.com. Was actually in there earlier today. Hormone replacement therapy, medical-grade supplements, and other beauty products. If it's your face creams or exfoliating polish, they've got great products. You can check it out, theantiagingclinics.com. Remember also, all this month, 2 great specials. Botox, $12 per unit when you buy 50 units, and laser hair removal. Buy 2 treatments, get a 3rd free. So, guys, laser hair removal for the back. It's amazing. A lot of guys that work at the plant will get their facial hair lasered so they don't have to shave every single day. Ladies, you want to never shave your legs again? Laser hair removal on the legs. Buy 2 treatments, get 1 free all this month at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, online, theantiagingclinics.com. All right, we will wrap up we'll wrap up the show next. AFR.
AFR.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has 0% for 60 months on new Ford F-150s, plus $500 bonus cash. We have new 2022 F-150s on our lot now. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA certified techs. Family owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years. Front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch we come. Fitting on Kentucky Derby weekend. Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll get to what we learned here in just a quick second. Should be a really fun weekend. LSU Bama starts here 7 minutes away from first pitch. I said 6:30 earlier. It's 6 o'clock first pitch. 7:30 tomorrow night. So a late game 2, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. Hey, come hang out with us tomorrow. One final reminder here. At Don Juan Cigar Bar. They've been such a great sponsor for a long time, and I love the location. It's just such a great spot. So many of you have gotten to experience Don Juan as we've done whiskey and wine there. But it's a very comfortable environment where you have different bays set up, where you have comfortable leather chairs. There's a TV in each bay. You can sit at the bar. You can enjoy a premium cigar. They've got great cocktails and draft beer and a limited food menu as well. Just a really fun place to go hang out and spend some time. And on Derby Day, man, what a cool event. So T-Bob and I will be there 3 to 6. The doors open at 2, but the specials will start at 3. $9 Woodford Mint Juleps. They've got an 1800 Reposado Blackberry Mint Margarita for $8. Blue Moon Draft will be on special, as will Blue Moon Mango. There'll be Best Dressed Female, Best Dressed Male. Both will receive a gift basket. You don't even have to dress up if you don't want to. Like, if you just want to show up and hang out and smoke a cigar or have a cocktail, we'd love to see you. It's Derby Day. If you need to get out and have a time tomorrow afternoon, we'll be over there at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We hope to see a lot of you there. And if you can't join us at Don Juan, we are going to fire up a live stream from Don Juan. So the same way that we do Whiskey and Wine or we did our draft party. So tomorrow afternoon on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube and 104.5 ESPN Facebook page, same place where we do Scone and Tea, same place where you see Whiskey and Wine. It'll be there streaming as well. And that's mostly, we're not like previewing the race or anything because neither of us know a damn thing about horse racing. It's going to be more just a hangout. So we'll answer questions and look forward to seeing y'all there, sip on a cocktail, smoke a cigar, and have a good day. So we'll hope to see a bunch of y'all there tomorrow at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We appreciate Don Juan for being great sponsors of ours here on After Further Review for so many years. All right, just about to put a button on it here. Muse, what'd you learn today?
Anthony Rizzo. Pretty darn good beer chugger.
Had that one down there, too. That was one of mine. I'll tell you what. Pretty good beer chugger.
Good beer chugger.
Pretty good beer chugger. Paulie, what'd you learn?
Yeah, Moki landed #1 transfer.
How about that?
What'd you learn, Matt?
LSU fans and Pat Forty might have found their common ground. Y'all have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day. We'll see you on Monday at 3.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com. You know, I've been without my vehicle since December. And called the body shop today to get an update. It looks like I'm getting my car back next week, and I'm so excited. I miss my vehicle. I miss my Volkswagen. I drive an Atlas. Erica drives an Atlas. It's the 3-row, 7-seater family SUV. Sleek, stylish, fun to drive. If it's the Atlas, if it's the Tiguan, which is the compact SUV, maybe it's the Jetta or the Passat if you're looking for a sedan. They even have an EOS, which is a convertible. So many different options for all different types of drivers at South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. Shop them online or go by and see them at Airline just north of Highland. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to